Welcome to the stream. I just made the introduction and did not unmute myself. So welcome to the stream, welcome Angmar. I thought I'm on point here. And this show just starts. So I'm really curious what Microsoft is doing here. Oh, space. I'm already sold. Terminator. Or is it Halo related? Who knows? Oh, I mean, we should.
Exosuit is now complete. Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come.
Looks like Halo.
I must remind myself. Liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope. It all means nothing until you step inside.
Interesting. Will we see game? Okay. It looks like this was maybe the intro or so. Press to start the demo.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean,
interesting.
this
Nice.
is punishment, right?
You can see everything and hear everything, right? Please tell me yes.
No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, shit.
Yeah, actual gameplay. Nice.
No! No! You! I can't stand this! Who you are?
Breathe.
No! You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working slip space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
So let us see. Hey, show actual gameplay. Isn't that amazing? Funny little aliens. Oh, okay. Big aerial. So far everything looks pretty Halo-like. Tried to look at the reflections in the water, but I couldn't see the car reflect. Interesting. Shot his legs and he started to tremble. Okay, there we see a little bit of glowing. Be a little ray tracing effect. I also restreamed the Twitch version. Yeah, a grapple hook. Kind of cool. The shadows are somewhat soft, but you can emulate that. Don't kill them so fast. I want a little bit of glowing on the ground. That's not. It was not glowing. Shield emits light. The sun is reflected on the thing. Okay. Oh, nice. Hi, Andres. Nice to have you here. In the middle of looking at actual gameplay of Halo Infinite. And so far, it doesn't look that ray tracing to me. Nothing that I've said, okay, this must be ray tracing.
Lost this war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead. Always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox. But without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. But here you now stand. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so there was Halo. It looked
We
good.
hope you enjoyed your first look at Halo Infinite's campaign. I'm incredibly proud of the team at 343.
But I
and we're
think you
thrilled
need to
share
stop
a hint of the epic battles that await you on the next chapter of Master
and
Chief's
see it in
journey.
slow motion.
This is the most ambitious campaign we've ever created at 343. For the first time, players will have the freedom to explore a mysterious new Halo ring that's several times larger than our last 2 Halo games combined. Halo Infinite has been built from the ground up to take full advantage of Xbox Series X. Bigger battles, epic vistas, more complex visual
Yeah,
effects,
the
displayed
distance
with
looks
10
really
times
impressive.
the processing power per pixel of Halo 5. This will be running at a flawless 60 frames per second and will allow us to bring the Halo ring to life in ways that have never been possible before.
I see my
We look forward
mouse
to sharing
cursor?
even more about
No,
Halo Infinite
maybe
in
I
the coming
changed it.
months, including the first look at multiplayer.
I can't.
And now, please enjoy a glimpse of what others in the Xbox Game Studios family have been working on.
World premiere.
I'm curious what this is. Okay, looks like a survival thing. Impressive scream, by the way. Marmalade. Okay, State of Decay. I was wondering, is this a new State of Decay or something? Because that's their survival thing. I should have said this. Geef.
Welcome everyone to the Xbox Game Showcase. Today, we're showing games from 9 of our 15 Xbox Game Studios, including unveils of 5 new first-party games. What you will see today is how Xbox Game Studios are harnessing their passions to bring their dreams to life. We believe that how you find and play your games is as important as the device you play them on. Xbox Game Pass is the best way to discover and play, and we want you to be able to experience as many great games as possible. So Game Pass members, you can play every game you see today, from your subscription or free to play. These games will look and play best on Xbox Series X, delivering unmatched fidelity, performance, precision, and immersion. And we've designed the most consistently powerful next-generation console. And we've built state-of-the-art platform technology to allow every developer to realize their full vision. One studio that has always pushed the limits of our hardware is Turn 10. And they're early in development on the next Forza Motorsport. And Xbox Series X is bringing them closer to their dream of unprecedented realism
Gran
with
Turismo.
ray tracing and native 4K resolution, all.
Okay, you see here, for example, the soft shadow and the light bouncing off close to the ground, so it's red stuff. I'm really curious.
World premiere.
Usually, in car games, it's usually easier to implement ray tracing with this hardware. You see the people reflect on the ground. But it's most likely a render cutscene. This looks really impressive. No, that looks already impressive. I actually thought they would show a little bit more than that. That was really short thing, but yeah, cars look really high res. Oh, rare. It's maybe their new forest game. From pirates to forest. I forgot the name though.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments.
The typical rare rocks in the background. It looks the same in Sea of
every
Thieves.
step of a perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness.
Good art style.
It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
So they're basically some kind of druids or shamans, nature shaman thing. Interact in some kinds with the world. Everwild, that was the name. Interesting. Looks like a relaxing game. Yeah.
Everwild will give to you a magical and untamed natural world for you to explore and to just truly lose yourself in. It's a place to be eternal. And Eternal has the gift to sense and feel how magic flows through nature and connects every living thing.
Like the
team here
Force.
at Rare are so excited to be working on something like Everwild, and I hope you're excited too. But I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's shown their support and love, and for the incredible, awesome, positive community that's already growing around this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, that was it. So a bit more.
I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah. It
Let's
doesn't
see.
matter.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, I think we
But they
saw
don't
this
believe
already.
us.
We all believe that what happened that night was
Don't know games.
self-defense. But we couldn't be sure.
It doesn't matter that they kept us apart.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother. And the only way to move forward is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional.
Typical donut game.
Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this. Stop!
August 27th, that is in a month. But not my cup of game, I have to admit. Not enough space. Moon Studios, I think they are new,
everyone.
and they made Ori
My
and
name is
the
Gennady.
Will of the Wisp
I'm
and
the
Blind Force.
co-founder and director of technology at Moon Studios. Today we're very excited to tell you that
Austrian
we're working on a very, very special
developer.
version of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, specifically for Xbox Series X. We are now at a time where we can reach
There's also my
levels
list
of
of games I wanna
fidelity
play.
and frame rates previously absolutely impossible on any console. An already gorgeous game like Ori can now run at 120 Hz refresh rate in full 4K HDR in its highest
That's cool.
quality, delivering unprecedented game feel with silky smooth animation, super crisp, sharp image, and low input latency, which is just so important for the tight and precise platforming feel of this game. We can also boost the immersion in different spaces
cool.
in our world by using premium audio tech that we previously just could not simulate in real time. And with all of this crazy hardware power, we can give our players more options with how they want to play our game. We can't wait for all of you to experience this very special version of Ori coming to Xbox Series X with smart delivery later this year.
Smart delivery, I think that means if you have it, you already don't have to rebuy it. You just get it as a free update, which is cool. Private Division. Let me think, what game was this? Yeah,
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the galaxy.
An abandoned research facility, and
Outer
now
Worlds.
shady corporate intrigue.
Marvel of the Gorgon asteroid.
So
A
this is a
sordid
DLC or
stopover.
standalone?
Full of salacious secrets and scandalous strangers.
Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking downright unlawful today.
With the right kind of case,
Oh, William, say
to
welcome.
develop a miracle drug can put you on the wrong side of
Oh
a
no.
gun. Or sword. Or this thing.
But you can just watch.
Thrills.
Maybe it works, or maybe you can't. You're on your phone, right?
Intrigue.
A word of advice before you go, Captain? Trust no one.
You can just watch the stream in parallel,
What will
if
you
it's possible.
find on Gorgon?
This
It's
unit
just-
cannot bring you any drinks in its current state.
September, okay. Yeah, so far I'm only showing you what's restreaming the other stream. Oh, the Giants. What was the name of this game?
Of the year. Then wait for Cyberpunk. But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered. From Obsidian Entertainment. The
Yeah, on a phone
makers
it will
of
be
games
difficult, I guess.
that are nothing like this one. this summer. Strive together to thrive together. Or just feed your friend to the spiders and go solo.
I know, maybe you have a tablet? Oh, that was the Battletoad. I know, maybe you have a second device or so. In theory, you can do it on a smartphone, but it's complicated to explain. July 28th, that's soon.
At Obsidian, we're dedicated to pushing narrative and role-playing games. It's something we do every day when we come to the office, and we can't wait for you to play our next great adventure, Peril on Gorgon. It's the first of 2 planned story expansion packs for the Outer Worlds that we're putting together with our friends from the Private Division. Now, it's also important that we continue to evolve how we tell stories in games, and Grounded is the perfect example of that. The team has been working for the last 2 years on how to tell an Obsidian story within a survival game. Now, what's great is that you're going to be able to play the game on July 28th on Xbox Game Preview and on Steam Early Access. We want to hear from you, and we want to continue to build Grounded together. Oh yeah, if you've been wondering, we have been working on that next big Obsidian RPG. Check this out.
Oh.
World premiere.
Now I'm curious what the next game is. Is this an Xbox? Oh, Xbox. This is the exclusive Obsidian because Xbox Game Studios bought Obsidian.
We have always known
that is interesting.
War. It forged our empire.
They fly a long way, those arrows.
Into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost.
Impressive arrow shot.
And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
A vote. A vote? How is this pronounced? Really interesting.
Avowed is an expansive first-person RPG set in the fantasy world of Eora. When Obsidian Entertainment joined Xbox Game Studios, they told us that this epic game is the one they want to make. As creators of critically acclaimed RPGs, this is Obsidian at their best, and it is being built from the ground up to take full advantage of the power of Xbox Series X. At Xbox Game Studios, we also work with independent developers, always with the goal of empowering them to bring their ideas to life. I'm excited to announce our work with Interior Night, a new studio led by some of the most talented storytellers in our industry. Let's meet Caroline Marshall, studio head of Interior Night, to debut their original game.
Bonjour, I'm Caroline from Interior Night. Our team is really passionate about interactive storytelling because when you play a story, you step into the character's shoes. You get to experience their fears, their hopes, their conflicts firsthand. And in the process, you learn more about yourself. And this is quite powerful. Our first game spans 30 years in the American Southwest. It's a story about family, resilience, and sacrifice. But most of all, it's about how you will shape the fate of real, flawed people trying to find their way in a world they don't fit in. I hope you enjoyed the trailer.
World premiere.
I doubt it. This is only first-party games for Microsoft. Or mostly somewhat first-party or time-exclusive stuff.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stop.
And that would the license for Lord of the Rings is still with Warner Brothers, so they would have to announce it. And it will be multi-platform if they do.
For mine, it was the end of the road.
On the ground, now!
The sun went down on all of us that day. Was it fate? Coincidence? No. It was a long-forgotten secret, buried in the dark.
All my life, I've been scared of the shadows.
Reminds me a bit
But
of
now,
the Max Payne
I'm finally ready to step into the
cutscene.
light. I got your letters.
The Falls. Yeah,
Here
that's
at
not the
Ninja
problem for
Theory, we're
Microsoft,
hard
I
at
guess.
work on all of our
The problem is they already sold the
including
rights.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which
Or
we
licensed.
announced at the Game Awards back in December.
Ah,
An
Senua
incredible
Sacrifice.
3.5 million players have now experienced Senua's story in Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. We're excited to start giving you an insight into what comes next for our Celtic warrior. An experience that we'll be building in Unreal Engine 5 for Xbox Series X and PC. I'm happy to reveal today that Senua's Saga will be set in the beautiful country of Iceland.
Okay, that is in my opinion not really a surprise.
And you can find out more about our location scouting and how we've discovered the history of our setting.
The first party,
in a brand new
yes.
behind-the-scenes development diary, which you can view straight after the show
So,
on the Ninja Theory YouTube
I
channel.
assume most of them will. Maybe all. Lucky we are there that Microsoft has not forgotten about that they also sell operating systems for
It's been
PC
so touching
where
to
people
see
play
the
games
impact
on.
that Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice has had on so many players, and we're incredibly thankful to all of the fans that have been part of Senua's story so far. And we're excited for you to be part of our development journey from here on out.
Okay, we already knew that this was coming though, so not a big surprise. Curious if they show gameplay or so. Okay, it does not look like no Sacrifice gameplay. This guy looks a bit like the guy from Clay. What's the game called? Don't Starve.
Do you want to say hi to Peter? He's on the line
What?
here.
Peter, he's been sitting there the whole
Oh,
time?
Jack Black.
Hey, who wrote the song?
Tim Sh. Wow,
Oh,
that is
Peter.
impressive.
Oh, Peter, fantastic work.
Is
Love the
this
song. Very much. It's gonna be fun to sing it. Now
Brutal
it's time
Legend or
to
something?
rock. Shall we start rocking?
Something new?
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor.
Oh.
I hope you don't mind pop-ins. Where are we?
It's a quiet place.
Lost alone, neither skin nor bone. Just a thought is all I've got. Now my cover's blown. At the bottom of a lake, a frozen feeling. When my friends pulled me back up, I started molecule senses are the magic keys. They fill the holes I've had, unlocking all my memories, which I never
Nice. Psychonauts 2. Wasn't that announced already? Really cool. Very trippy. What interesting.
We can't wait for you to experience the amazing games built by Xbox Games Studios, and there is just so much more for you to play on Xbox. We are partnering with thousands of creators, from the largest publishers to the smallest independent developers, to bring you the broadest variety of games ever. There is one developer in particular that is close to us, not just geographically, but in history too. I'm thrilled to announce that this fall, our friends at Bungie will bring Destiny 2 to Xbox Series X and Xbox Game Pass. If you are one of the more than 10 million Game Pass subscribers,
maybe good news for
also get
Angmar.
access to all current Destiny 2 expansions starting this September. For Game Pass Ultimate members, Destiny 2 will also be playable on mobile from the cloud. Later this year, Bungie will also release a new version of Destiny 2 that is optimized for Xbox Series
2005
X,
came Psychonauts 1.
4K resolution running at 60 frames per second. Here's an all-new look at Bungie's Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
But I think only the base game, not the expansions or something. I don't know how it works. Not deep into Destiny. Actually, not at all.
I've seen terrible things born out in the darkness. Every moment brings them closer. It's time to step beyond the light.
Very impressive. This Game Pass thing. I'm really curious how far they will push it, because this Microsoft spends a tremendous amount of money on this thing. Maybe they also make it back. I'm not sure. If this works out in the end. I mean, this generation, Microsoft was forced to use the Game Pass to get some hold in some market share back from Sony. Basically, Sony did this in the PlayStation 3 era too. They also had a very, very good PlayStation
This
Plus
is Destiny 2 that you
stuff
can play any way you
at the
want,
PlayStation
thanks
3
to
time with
Xbox
very good
Game
value.
Pass. Some of the world's most inspired developers are working on games for Xbox Series X, and we're just honored to be able to collaborate with them. Xbox Series X will empower both new and experienced creators to bring the future of games to life like never before. Unique perspectives, unexpected innovations, and fresh voices that demand to be heard and that we can't wait for you to discover. All of the games you're about to see are being built to launch exclusively on Xbox consoles. Thanks and enjoy.
All launch titles. That is impressive. I mean,
World
most of the
premiere.
games we saw... Okay, now it gets interesting. Something we don't know. Only a console launch exclusive. What does this mean? Is it not always the case? It's kind of impressive how good the render trailers these days look. Yeah, exactly. So that does mean we get it later, huh? On PC. And it can't be a first party title though, because they always release it both. Okay, some supernatural phenomenon going on here. Problem is I don't know the Microsoft franchises too well, so I have trouble recognizing them. There are a couple of games that this could be related to. Stalker, or what was the other game? Can't forget the name. This is actually Stalker. Ha! Called it. So there's Stalker 2. Interesting.
World premiere.
Console launch exclusive. So we got a new Stalker game. Interesting. What is this? First impression. Okay. Is this RoboCop? No, it isn't.
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term of prime and begun our investigations.
Wait a minute.
Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive.
Yeah, I just want to say, is this Warhammer?
Extent of the unrest.
When you said Inquisitor, I thought it could be Warhammer.
When they make it back.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It is Warhammer. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. Yeah, in Warhammer you're never sure if you make it back, I feel. Okay. Interesting.
World premiere.
So a Warhammer game that's maybe, hopefully, let's hope it's good. I like his jacket. So Microsoft seems to place them pretty broadly with the games they working on or they got for their console. I have no idea what it is though. So we got Tetris. Multiplayer co-op Tetris. It's a Tetris effect. Yeah, I thought about that game. I couldn't. I forgot the name though. So how was his name? Was the music called? It was got really good reviews and it was a Tetris game. Console launch exclusive world premiere. I'm curious. Yeah, it's related to the music.
Scans a no-go. Sure you want to drop here? Oh yeah. Already lacing up my boots back here.
The art style does not fit to what I thought it would be.
Space rock? Whoa.
What was this game?
Hold on, let me check.
Saw this somewhere. Maybe it's something totally new though.
Vex, you're not gonna believe this. Ouch! What the?
She just vacuum clean the evil goo. The gunk, okay, who does it makes it though? Can we see it somewhere? No. But not a world premiere. Blooper team. What made Blooper team? It was a change of atmosphere. Oh no! Poor butterfly.
It all starts with a dead girl. A forest.
Cthulhu or something?
Scent of pines. And then
Alan Wake. Is this a new Alan Wake? No, it can't be.
every story has two sides.
Something related?
A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can live them.
Or, what was the other game?
Hello? Anyone there?
What is
No,
this place?
I'm really curious what this is now. Maybe we saw this already and I forgot about it. No, that's... It didn't sound until that would be, but it would be so unusual. The medium, okay. I need to find out who makes this game.
World premiere.
There's so much stuff from other games inside it. Another world premiere. Like this too. It's not my cup of tea, I can tell that already. Did he just die there? But it's a Phantasy Star Online 2 thing. Oh, yeah, no, I remember. That was also announced. Mega anime music, yeah.
Luis Torres,
I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon you will become.
Oh, this is Remedy now.
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Blacklist, we make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
Seconds. Soon, the entire world will burn, all because of him.
The ghost is here!
That is Crossfire. Okay, I did not expect this to be Crossfire.
Today, you saw 10 world premieres and 22 console launch exclusives. Game Pass members can play every game you have seen today from Xbox Game Studios and all of our partners in the subscription or free to play. This is just a peek at some of the new titles coming to Xbox Series X. And some of the games you already love and some you have yet to play will also be optimized for Xbox Series X. Games like Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, and Sea of Thieves. You'll get the next-gen upgrades at no additional cost when they launch. You can expect a lineup of over 100 titles for Xbox Series X this holiday season. With Series X and Game Pass, Xbox is the place to play, and you are at the center of everything we do. Now, you may have noticed we didn't get to visit all of our Xbox Game Studios today. That means we'll have more to share later this year. But until then, here's one more thing.
Okay.
World premiere.
What could this be? Xbox Studios. Okay, it's an first-party title. In-house developed Playground Games. Oh, that's a Playground Games game.
The world is filled with stories.
No way. Is it Fable?
Legendary heroes.
Did they really do a Fable game or something like this? Was it already announced? I don't think so.
Of fantastical creatures and wondrous places where nature and magic live in perfect harmony. Not all stories have happy endings.
Well,
but yours has yet to be
it is
written.
Fable. No. Well, that was Fable. I don't know if that's a good idea. The last few studios involved with Fable got all got closed. She dead, yeah. Looks like it. Okay. Phew. That is, let's say, interesting. What is impressive? I don't get it, to be honest. Yes. I mean, it is clear that Microsoft announced this already, that everything first party will be in Game Pass and so on. But they pushed it so much. Is this really worth what they are doing? That's the main question I have to ask myself. Is it... How do they make money with this? I mean, of course they make money. The games looked solid, I have to admit. I feel like I wanted to. As I wrote and then we analyze and look at something like ray tracing, and turns out there was not much ray tracing to look at, to be honest. Maybe only in some details, or in details we have to go in like 0.25 speed and stop the video at times to maybe see the stuff. I think they stopped the development. I can't even remember that. They stopped it. They closed Lionhead Studios, and then there was another studio that worked on another. It got also closed, and everything Fable just vanished. They still have this IP, and people say, yeah, maybe it would be nice, but well, when the next, you have to think about it this way. The first gen ray tracing are the RTX 20 cards, and in August the second generation of the ray tracing cards of Nvidia will be announced. So we're actually in the second generation now, and so far neither Sony nor Microsoft, at least when it comes to console, blew me away when it comes to this. Of course, for console it's the first time they have this, but yeah. So what can we do? We can close this here. I can switch to another. I have another window open in the background, and the good thing is that it's the YouTube one, and on the YouTube one I can. That's the amazing thing about YouTube. Twitch has lesser delay, and sometimes artifacts are a little bit less, I feel. On YouTube though, I can go back and forth all the time, which is good to maybe have a look at what is going on there. So wait a moment, I need my OBS here and switch the window to Mr. YouTube. Mr. YouTube, please take over. Okay, we don't need the sound, so we can look at some stuff that we maybe liked. Yeah, I don't know. The ray tracing. Wait a minute. Why is this not working? Ray tracing is so expensive, hardware-wise. So we got the Halo stuff. He now goes out. Yeah. So let's jump back a moment. So we see a lot of stuff here. For example, those creatures here have no shadow. You see this? There's no shadow. The light is coming. Can't really say. I think the light came from the left side. Oh, I can't show you my mouse cursor. That is unpleasant. You don't. Oh, you see it. Cool. So those things here have no shadow. If we jump back, where's the light coming from? Here's the sun. So if you now look at this, there should be a shadow showing into this direction here. Doesn't show. So that's a bit weird that they have no shadow, right? I mean, come on. Shadows? We like those. Yeah, you have to think about this. We have July, almost August. This game comes out in November. So usually when a game has a worldwide multi-platform release, you have to be done with the game 2 months before you release it. And then all you do that is patch day 1. I heard that there is a legend, I still can't believe it, that like a week, or not a week, 2 weeks or a month or so before God of War for the Sony PlayStation release. They only got the gold, what is it called? The gold standard? No, the gold version. The gold disc, whatever it's called, out like 2 weeks or so. But it's really difficult to imagine. Okay, then you have to make CDs out of them and deliver them to all places on this planet where games are sold, and you have only 2 weeks for this. I can't believe that this happened. Maybe they pre-produced and just put in. That must be like an exception thing. Usually, you need like 2 months. You also have to do PR stuff. So you have to train your PR people that they know the game, know what to say. That takes weeks to do so. You can't just do it like this. The game has to be done. So if we now just subtract 2 months from November, we are at September, and that is basically in 2 months. And there are no shadows. So when we don't see shadows here, there won't most likely be shadows in the game. I assume that's just a performance thing. So I assume they for example, you see that some of the shadows are really soft here and so on. They're not dynamic though. You also see that the shot does not light the ground. Can you shoot again, someone maybe? Yeah, see this? There's no light here on the ground. Oh. I'm too far away. Maybe slow this down. Like I said, some of the ray tracing stuff. Do we see this? Yeah, it's now really stuttery. I don't know why that is. Sorry for that. But so far it looks like a this gen game. Nothing too much next gen. It's not. It doesn't mean that the game is not bad, but if you think about that, you say, yeah, our console can do ray tracing and it will be next gen and it will be amazing. And you look at this and think, yeah, that looks basically, it looks good, but it does not look next gen good. Let's look at the water. The water is usually a clear indicator. For example, is this tree here should reflect in the water, but it's really hard to see. No, this debris here is not reflected, I think, in the water. Maybe it is. Really hard to see. Yeah, maybe. Not sure. Maybe this is a little bit of ray tracing. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's true. I think you also have to consider I restream it. I restream YouTube stuff, so the YouTube already put some compression on it, and then texture quality is hard to judge in a restream video, or even in a stream video, I feel. But that is kind of interesting. However, so far this does not look so much next gen to me, I have to admit. However, as long as it plays great and is a good game and it's a fun game, that's not a problem at all. I'm just curious at what the next gen consoles can do. For now, now we get water again. Can we see something? Yeah, we see a bit, but this looks always off. The reflections always look a little bit off. It was the same on the. We also did this for the Sony presentation. For example, we should see the buggy reflect in the water in some way. We don't do this. Also, another thing is here, for example, maybe hard to see. There should be, this thing glows red, and it should a little bit of bouncing light in front of it. If this would be truly ray tracing, we would see bouncing light close to this thing, but we don't see this. It's just really hard. The shadow is a bit soft. You could emulate this also. New stuff. Let's go back a moment. There was light. You see again, there's light. Yeah, you see actually a bit of it here in the reflection. You see a bit of green, but it's not that much. It's really low. Maybe it's just a little trickery. Also, did I just see it? What is weird though is this guy has no shadow. You know what I mean? He has no shadow. Why does he have no shadow? Is he invisible or something? You see a lot of objects in this game that have no shadows. That is unusual, I feel. I mean, I would expect for next gen. I have to admit, the particle and stuff effect look great, but yeah, exactly. You need to see if a physical object is reflected, not just the environment. That is true. But they can, of course, deactivate some parts. For example, say that physical objects are not calculated only environmental one or reflected and so on. That Sony used a lot of this trickery too in their presentation. Oh, there you saw a little bit of light from the explosion. It's good. I think he has a shadow. No. Maybe? I'm not sure. It looked for a moment like he had a shadow. So yeah. I have to say, game looks great, but for example, this shield glows, but you don't see the blue glow here. But when he shoots, you see a little bit of it on the ground, but you can just fake it. Nothing to do with ray tracing. Kind of interesting. All the environmental stuff has shadows, like this bridge here. You see the shadows here, but the physical objects don't have shadows in this game, or not always. Maybe it depends on how many we see on the screen. Yeah, he had a shadow. You saw this. This guy jumped to the way, and he had a shadow. You see, here he has a shadow for a moment. So there's some shadows, but sometimes not. Maybe it depends on how many people are there. The turret also had a shadow. Saw this there. Interesting. I don't know. This is you have to. In my book, this is a presentation of Microsoft, the biggest software development house on the planet. If they cannot able to present, they had a lot of preparation time for this show, and this seems pretty pre-recorded. So there's no, in my opinion, there's no reason why this should not be set up correctly or set up correctly. So. Yeah, we saw a little bit of bouncing, a little bit of light emission. Here again, let's jump back to this. I want to see this again in slow motion. Yeah, the green thing has it a bit. And you see now also a bit of light of the shield. Now it's there. It's a little bit messy. I assume the game focuses on stabilizing. That's my theory. The game focuses on stabilizing the frame rate at maybe 60 FPS, which is good for a shooter. But as soon as it can't maintain those, it will just deactivate features like shadows, like this guy here looks again like he has no shadows, and reduce it to maintain this. That is my theory so far, because it's all over the place in my opinion. Some people have shadows, sometimes there are some, sometimes there are not. They're not really. You have this reflection here, but you don't see the mountain. Maybe you see the mountain thing here. I'm not sure. But it doesn't look like it could have been faked. Like, we also have reflections on objects in modern games, but it's not actually simulated, it's just faked with smart trickery. But so nothing I saw here just looked really like it would not have been faked. We have some soft shadows here. No, here's no light bouncing. Doesn't look really ray tracing. Okay, so the next trailer they showed, let's just move a bit quicker through this, is of course State of Decay. We only saw this. I mean, State of Decay didn't look that great, to be honest. If this would be like in-game, it would be really impressive. CG has a shadow now, but it looked like the rendered trailer. So nothing to see here. So yeah, this could be... Not sure if this is a render trailer or in-game footage. This is most likely in-game stuff. I think the trees are not that high res for render trailer, or not that high fidelity. So this could actually be rendering stuff. And as all racing games, they focus on two things: the cars and the track. So the asphalt, or whatever you call it, the street where you drive on. The street. You know what I mean. And yeah, they usually are just insanely high fidelity, as you can see here. This looks like really realistic. And here you have some ray tracing effects, like some bounce light here and there, soft shadows. The reflections in the here look more crisp than if they would be faked. Looks really good. Also saw some bounce lights in some of the scenes, but I think I already skipped it. Yeah, you see the people are exactly mirrored in the reflection on the ground here. So you see this is ray tracing. What ray tracing looks like. Yeah, here you see a bit of bouncing light, I think. Yeah, soft shadows, really complex shadow reflection of the cup here. Soft shadows here. And on top of the two, there's the light going on. It's really complex stuff that's going on here. You see some light bouncing there. Here you see the light bouncing here, it's a reflection. Soft shadow here. Gets crisper here. It's less. It's really good. That's how ray tracing should look. She reflects correctly in the side. And now we have this here. Maybe we can see another reflection here. Let's see how far they go when it's in game. I assume when the cars are moving like this. You see some stuff here. Shadow looks also more complex. Exactly, it's too fast to see really what's going on reflection-wise. It seems like they tuned down the reflections here a little bit, but it still looks really good. Shadows also look more complex. You see here different darkness of shadow. So because we have we have light bouncing around and so on. Looks really good though. Yeah, you see some. Oh, was too short. Let's look at it again. You see, yeah, you saw. I can only jump back 5 seconds. Sorry for that. You see the blue car reflected in the other one here. You see some blue stuff. No, it's maybe the sky. But this blue, and you see this blue here. That's pretty much. I assume that's the car behind it. It would make sense. So really impressive. If this is in-game, nice. That's how next gen should look. But to be honest, yeah, and the helmets and so on, screen lights reflected off the cup, yeah. All those little details. You also see the complex shadows here. That is how ray tracing and next gen stuff should look. It's easier with those environments though for racing car stuff because of the nature of how it works and what you need for it. You can do a lot of trickery there and you not always see everything. And this way you can do stuff like this. But to be honest, the Gran Turismo on Sony's Gran Turismo also looked really, really good. So yeah, we're very curious. So this is a rare game. I don't know what this game is. It looks really sandboxy. It looks good though. I think when you have an art style like this, you don't necessarily need ray tracing, even though you see different shadows and lights here and there. there's a lot of art direction here, so a lot of art style. It's really difficult to do this, but the people have shadows, right? Couldn't see it really there. Yeah, there, this leg has a shadow. This is dynamic light. You see the shadow stuff. Yeah, here's a shadow. G2. Looks really good. Soft shadow. Maybe this also has ray tracing in it. Quite possible. Yeah, they can definitely borrow some effects. This looks really crisp and good visually. It reminds a lot of a more mature Sea of Thieves. You definitely see this art style that Rare uses, especially the stones. You see them in Sea of Thieves all the time. There's like a scene where they go up, climb up a mountain at the beginning. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, this is the typical Sea of Thieves stone. This one here. You see it in Sea of Thieves all the time. It looks really nice. I like the art style. I have no idea what you... The problem is, I have no idea what you do in the game. Is it fun? Is it an open world game? Is it like a story and you have to rescue and you do little rituals, like riddles or so to do stuff? I'm not fully yet sold or sure what you do in the game. Is it fun? Maybe it's not a game for me, or maybe it's a really relaxing experience. There she had. Then we had this game here. This could have actually ray tracing. Hard to say. No, this blue thing could have bounced off some light there. But I think for a game like this, it's not necessary. It was good, some good reflection work anyway. Yeah, I assume their clothes would also look different with colored lights coming from there, so that does not look like ray tracing at all. So that was this game. We can't say much to it. It will be a good don't not game. Magical farm sim. Yeah, maybe it's like this. You have to farm things. Quite interesting. It visually looks great. Still, even without ray tracing. Ray tracing is not a criteria for something to look great. But yeah, it will be a don't not game. A typical one like A Life is Strange, I guess, just with a different story. Maybe it is somewhere connected to it. I don't know how they work there. But it's a different publisher, I assume, so whatever. Moon Studios, so Ori. I mean, this game, I think, is already out, so not much to say. I like that they go for 120 FPS, which is great. I don't have a 120 FPS monitor, so I can't make use of it anyway. Beautiful game, though. Light bounces off him. It's good. Then we have this game here. It's like an expansion for Outer Worlds. Probably fun. If you get Fallout vibes, it is by some... Obsidian did Fallout New Vegas. So yeah, there's definitely some Fallout DNA in this. Yeah, that was actually funny. If you're looking for the game of the year, you better wait for Cyberpunk. Yeah, true. There's already a demo of this, which we could play. It looks kind of fun. Also scary. There was the Battletoad. Not sure which one it was. Really tough game though. Yeah, that's true. Nice joke there. What was this? Ah, that was the Obsidian thing again. So this is a new game of Obsidian. That's interesting. So let us check for a moment. So he shoots the arrow from here, this wall. into the valley that we just saw this year. You see this valley from the wall. Wait a moment. Valley. Obsidian Entertainment. Know that? Wall. Valley again. So there's no statue to be seen. So this is basically just a nice idea for a trailer. That you shoot the arrow on your enemy, even though we don't see enemies here. And they shoot really high, and it flies and flies and flies, and suddenly, yeah, it's here. The angle is also not correct. It's maybe just a nice idea for a trailer, but I found this kind of weird though. Even though I like the idea, I guess. There's actually, I didn't notice this, but if you look, there is a little crack in the ground behind those guys. And it kills him and goes further through this crack. I assume that is how they continue. Now it's through the crack and flies down all the way. And lights this thing here. And there comes a Balrog. See this? Really Lord of the Rings like. Could be Moria. Interesting. So they do another, which is Obsidian's good at those, another RPG thing. Great. And it's Avowed, I think is the name. Something like this. Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, then we see the Xbox again. Here's also a very piratey name. I don't know, I don't understand this game here. Is this like an adventure? Wait a minute. We have this Int Night. Okay. I like the art style of this. It's kind of cool, but is it just these still things that are cut together, or are these the cutscenes of the game? How do you move in this game? I imagine like a point-and-click adventure or something like this. No idea. Look interesting. Senua's Sacrifice, we have seen this. Looks already great. Look at this. That's actually the real Iceland. That's not a computer animation. Yeah, so in reality, yeah, you see how this is ray traced perfectly in the water, and the water reflects this. Ah, reality. Best graphics ever. Yeah. A new Tim Schafer game, it's Psychonauts. It's kind of cool that we got this. Looked really interesting. I mean, it's Psychonauts, so not to be surprising. Then we got her. What was this game again? Oh, it was Halo. Not Halo, it was Destiny. Oh yeah, then we had this game here. The Stalker game. Kind of interesting. Yeah, agreed. Will be point and click, agree with you. The reality game is a little overpriced and majestic to PC games. Yeah, true. So that was Stalker. Remember that Stalker has also, it's in, I think it was in Chernobyl, right? Where Stalker played, and you have sometimes the supernatural elements to see here. Got me a lot of Stalker vibes. So good. We got a new Stalker. But it's a render trailer, we don't know gameplay. Same as this one here. So, okay, what could this be? First of all, I thought maybe medieval thing, or maybe Victorian. No, I saw those guys with flashlights. Flash. Can't say this word, I hate it. English with all the different A's. What's wrong there? Yeah. And then he said something about the Inquisitor and said, okay, this could be Warhammer. And then it was Warhammer. What did Fat Shark do, though? Fat Shark Game Studio. It's a Swedish company. What did they do in the past? Oh, okay. I see. I'm not into. So they also did Warhammer Vermintide 2. So they already are experienced. And let's check that on Wikipedia. Yeah, it's Fat Shark. So sorry that I'm not too much into Warhammer. War of the Vikings, Bionic Commando, Rearmed to Bloodsport TV, Warhammer End Times, Vermintide, and Vermintide 2. So interesting. They do a new Warhammer game. And it's called Darktide. So maybe good news for Warhammer fans, because I know a lot of people who play really liked Vermintide 2. Just put it into my list here, so I know what is coming. Yeah, I imagine it's basic, maybe a new Vermintide. Quite possible. That is a Tetris Effect. I still don't get... Tetris Effect is already out. Will it also come to them, or is it a new Tetris Effect? I don't fully understood this. Tetris Effect connected. Okay, so maybe optimized single player plus all new multiplayer. Okay, so they made a new multiplayer modes for Tetris Effect. It will come to Xbox One. Where did Tetris Effect release, though? Let's check this out for a moment. I've not played it. I know that some people love it, though. It's a multi-platform release, interestingly, though. It's for PlayStation 4, Windows. Also, you can play it in Oculus Rift. Actually, it did not release for the Xbox One. Interesting. So, this is new to Xbox One, it seems, and it will be on Game Pass. That's interesting. Maybe Sony had an exclusivity deal with it, and that is the reason why we did not get it. Have you watched the Warhammer Starter series? No, I have not. Like I said, I'm not really into Warhammer. I know a bit. I have some friends who play tabletop each weekend and are huge fans of Warhammer 40k. Another friend of mine plays the Warhammer Fantasy game all the time. I think it's a Total War one, right? So I have a lot of friends who are into it. Okay. So what was the next one? Was this game? This looked familiar, though. I've seen this before. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. The Gunk. Interesting. Looked nice, I guess. This game I couldn't. This may be the most interesting game. So she is... wasn't this somewhat similar in... what was the game called, though? Shinji Mikami made it. Something with evil. Not Resident, though. The Evil Within, exactly. Wasn't that there's somewhat similar with this? Like switching between two different worlds and so on? Like this game? First, when I saw this shot with the lake, this one here, I thought this could be Alan Wake, but it seems like it was not. And then she was a detective and did stuff. Maybe it was a spin-off with Alan Wake's sister or something. Just a joke. Not sure if he has a sister though. Also not huge into Alan Wake. But yeah, could be a really cool game. horror game. Oh yeah, the anime game. I have no idea what to say about this. Oh, it's a Fantasy Star Online stuff, right? Also, did he just die there? Here. No, he just got hit. So, Fantasy Star Online, interesting, serious, not my cup of tea though. Can't say much to it, sorry. The horror game, yeah, looks really great. And this game, what was this called? Forgot about it already. Oh, it's Crossfire. I did not expect let's check it out. This is a Remedy game. What has Remedy to do with this game? Is this did they do the Xbox port? So, for people who don't know, Crossfire, from my understanding, is this a Korean game? Yeah, it's basically the Korean Counter-Strike, or with more microtransaction. For some reason, if you watch Counter-Strike for a long time. I'm not a long-time Counter-Strike watcher, also not huge into Counter-Strike, but you ask yourself, where are the Koreans in this game? Shouldn't they dominate everyone like they do in all games they play? Turns out, Koreans don't play Counter-Strike, but they play, for whatever reason, Crossfire. So, yeah. It seems like they developed like a single-player spin-off of this, and that is basically the game. Which is weird and interesting at the same time. Yeah, that's Crossfire X. That is what it was called. I just put it on my list here. I first thought this would be like something like a new online thing, but maybe there's a single player version of it because we saw story elements and so on. It's really weird. I think they showed a Crossfire trailer in the past, so that's no news. I think a game like this was already announced, and that was already it, except for this year. And yeah, ferry and a sword in the ground. Yeah, I thought that must be Fable. Unpleasant. But yeah, very Fable-esque. And that was it. Whoops. The Russians threw Counter-Strike. Yeah, also. But also the I'm not sure who won the last big tournament there. I'm not too deep into. What was the name of the team? Astralis, right? That's a Danish team. Turns out they're also really good. Not sure how good they are this year, but I think last year they were really good. Maybe I can check the Counter-Strike page and see what big tournaments are going on right now. Completed. DreamHack Masters North America, Blast Spring Finals, and so on. Oh, that's a Chinese team. Isn't there also... I think there's also a Chinese team that's really good right now. Yeah, and Invictus Gaming. But this seems to be like... more Chinese stuff going on right now. I think, especially because of Corona, a lot of big tournaments were maybe moved. I don't know. We will find out in the future. Oh, you mean generally in OpenQ? Yeah, probably that's true. The good old Russian in Counter-Strike. Yeah, that's true, but it seems like they now thought, yeah, let's dominate Counter-Strike. That's what they thought. Hey, we don't know what to do all day. Let's dominate Counter-Strike, and then they just did this. Well, I don't know. What do you guys say? I thought what they showed was solid. They showed a very wide array of games, if you put it this way. Kind of interesting. I see a lot of potential, but of course, I have to admit, I feel like I have not seen that much gameplay. And that's, then it's always hard to tell, could this be fun or not? What do you do in this game? Yeah, exactly. A lot of cinematic stuff. I'm happy that we saw Halo gameplay, but keep in mind, the game, if it's a launch title, it releases in November. Is there a release date? Was there a release date shown? Halo Infinite was the name, right? No, it's just Q4 2020. I think there's also no release date for the Xbox X, right? For the Series X, I mean. Also Q4. At the end of the year, it will release. It's really weird. But in theory, the speculations are somewhere around November. That would also be my speculation, so... Yeah, that's not that long... Not that far away, I would say. My favorite... Mishka's or Andres' favorite was the horror game. Definitely agree, that was definitely a highlight of the show. Where was it though? I think after Psychonauts. Was it this? This was Stalker, right? Forgot where it was. Was it after Vermintide? No, that was Tetris Effect. This game. Oh, it was. Maybe it was. Yeah. Here it is again. You can also turn on this volume again.
A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can live them.
Yes, speaking of being back soon, so I still have some stuff to do. I want to check that my Minecraft is working for tomorrow. So I also need to make something to eat still. I have not had, yeah, I'm hungry. So I will stop streaming and maybe stream later again. It was just a short stream then. But maybe I come back later to stream more Neo then, I would say. So I wish you have a nice meal, or whatever you say in English. I can't remember the phrase. Guten Appetit. Guten Hunger, as we would say in German. So yeah, maybe see you later. Not sure when I will be back though, because I need to cook something, so that will take some time. I hope this will be possible. or bon appetit, the French one. Yeah, that's also nice. Guten Hunger is also not bad, I think. It's a bit slang though. But people will, I think, understand it everywhere. It makes also sense. It translated means good hunger, so, or good process of stopping your hunger. Bon apple tea as a bone apple tea as a joke. That's funny. I like that. Mahlzeit is also something you say in German, which just means what's the translation of Mahlzeit? I mean, it would be something like lunch or so. Yeah, meal. Mahlzeit would be translated into meal. We just say this and people will understand it. Usually it is, enjoy your meal or have a blessed meal or something like this, but it's just shortened down to just Mahlzeit, kind of interesting. But I don't want to start with idioms. It's always complicated. Okay, people in chat, I hope you enjoyed this far. If you want more, I will maybe back on later, maybe check the Discord for it. I will announce it there again if I stream later again. Like I said, I still have to do. Maybe I contact you later again if I have any questions or suggestions. Maybe if you set up the server tomorrow, I think so far we are 8 or so people for Minecraft, so we need an 8 slot. Let's say, just to be safe, like 10 or 11 slot server would be enough, so we could do it differently. He also asked Trees Live if he would join, but not sure if he's available tomorrow. Would be nice though. I don't know, if somebody brings a friend or so, that could make things complicated. I'm not sure how this will work. I hope it will work, else we have to improvise a little bit tomorrow. We will see how this will work. I will definitely, I also thought about making a little trailer or something for the event, but it depends on how fast and well I can get Minecraft to work. I probably use a shader, Optifine and a shader. I'm not sure, does somebody know if Optifine is available for the newest Minecraft version? I hope. So we have at least the option to use shaders for the stream, so in stream it looks then nicer than usually. Not sure if I play with the regular Minecraft texture pack or if I use the one I usually like to use, which is Chroma Hills. Really good one. Yeah, hopefully it is. We will see. And yeah, stuff like this. So we might wait. What is there's an option in Minecraft. Maybe we can. I'm holding people off dinner. That's sorry for that. I hope I find it really fast. Start status effect. No, let's check my history here. That's wrong. It's a Control plus H, right? Minecraft. I checked the Minecraft wiki for the server properties. Let's see if I find it really fast. I forget how it was named. You need to disable whitelist, player idle timeout. I can't find it. There's too many things right now. Maybe I write you. Network compression, difficulty, generate structure. Where is it? Generator, enable query, game mode, Was this JMX monitoring? Not sure if it was that. Online mode, was it one of those? I forgot what it was. I need to look it up. So maybe I contact you later. Oh, nice. Yeah, that would also be neat to do. Do you have these? Do you have a very good internet connection? Do you do it over your own computer? And do you have a static IP or something? It's interesting. Or probably it will change. I don't know. In theory, I could also. I have like 30-40 megabit upload. So in theory, I can host the server too. But yeah, that is for Minecraft most likely not a problem when your internet is not that good. Online mode. That is, you have to set it to false. That is the important thing. In the server.properties, that I found it. Because for reasons, you have to set the you have to set this. It's called turtle speed. Yeah, nice. Oh, you know your stuff. That's really good. So I don't have to tell you anything. I like that. I like when I have to do nothing and everything is just done by other people. That's amazing. But thank you. Much appreciated, Kierdan, for doing this. Oh, you got gigabit internet. Wow. Even gigabit internet on quarter speed is wow. Yeah, maybe that's possible. So yeah, that is really impressive. So yeah, looking forward to this. Then we won't have a problem, I feel like. If you have gigabit, I think that should be more than sufficient for like 11 players on mine. He smarty pants, that's true. Good to have you, Kierdan. Much appreciated. Thank you. So yeah, now enough talking. I already wanted to end this thing. By the way, the scene looks really cool in the background. I hope you enjoyed the stream so far. I maybe will be back later, even though I still have stuff to do. Depends on how fast I am at doing stuff. So next step for me is eating, Minecraft, Optifine stuff, maybe making a trailer, streaming again. That's my thing. Maybe if I have the time working on the next video a bit further. So yeah. That's it. So I wish all of you a nice evening. Maybe see you guys later. We'll most likely stream again, but if I do, it will take some hours till I'm back. So see you later then. And where's my end screen thing? There it is. Always show the end screen and look like you are somewhat professional. Of course I'm not. Yeah. See you later, guys and girls.